Hello and welcome to Good Brews Bad Views, the podcast that asks if great beer makes bad movies any better. I am your host, disguised as someone who is not a podcast host, Max Nestorowicz. Joined by my co-hosts, a man not drinking in his basement on a weeknight, Ryan Everart.
Hello.
And my other host, disguised as an empty chair, as such he is someone who is not watching this movie with us, James Thorpe.
Hi.
And James, why don't you introduce our guest?
Our guest this evening is my sister, Summer.
Woohoo! Hello.
So,
Welcome.
Summer, you have the title of first sibling on the show.
Oh,
And if our other siblings choose a movie this bad, you will be the last sibling on the show.
You're welcome.
Today, we are watching the 2002 travesty, The Master of Disguise, starring one Dana Carvey.
Several Dana Carveys.
Several
actually.
Dana Carveys, yeah. But
Is it Dana's Carvey?
Dana's Carveys?
Dana's
Carveys. But before
not Carveys. Dana's like attorneys
Right.
general.
Oh, yeah.
Get out.
So before we get into this train wreck of a film, we have a couple questions we'd like to ask our first-time guests on this podcast. So, Summer, question number 1. What is the first movie you can remember seeing in theaters?
Definitely the Harry Potter series when I was about 5.
That would have been the first one, The Sorcerer's Stone?
I believe so.
That's
Okay.
Not a bad series to cut your teeth on.
No,
Those movies
no.
turned out quite well, I think.
Yeah. They
Agree.
were solid series, and I remember going to like midnight showings of them, and they always were packed. Question number 2. What was the first bad movie you can recall seeing?
Probably something in high school, some kind of stupid romantic comedy. One that pops out in my mind. It came out on Valentine's Day, my senior year of high school, so 2014, and it was, I don't remember what it was called, but the main character gets trapped in his burning home, and it's just horrendous.
Really?
Yes.
Okay, so Valentine's house burning movie.
Yeah. Whatever, that's love something.
It's just a
Yeah.
hunk
Love
of
burns.
burning.
Burning Love. That's what we're calling this movie, and or that movie. And last but not least, what was the beer that showed you that there was more to beer than American Adjunct Lager? So stuff that wasn't Bud Light, Miller Lite, Corona.
So, believe it or not, I didn't like beer
I believe it.
for like fairly a long time until James, this hooligan over here, showed me something called a Radler, which I very much enjoy.
That makes sense, given
So
the
I
thing.
like things that taste like that and not anything that tastes like anything else.
Okay. Recently I had a very good Radler when I was down in Kentucky. Well, Ohio, by Kentucky. It was across the river.
Yeah.
But,
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I considered getting Passion Blaster.
Oh,
This
yeah.
episode?
That's by New Holland.
Yeah, it's the rosé ale.
That's
But
really good.
it's really
I
good.
like that
But
very
three
much.
of us had already had it before, and I found what we're drinking today instead.
Yes. So before we get into this movie and transitioning perfectly, James, tell us about this beer we're drinking today, or excuse me, this cider.
So we have cider today.
Cider.
We are drinking Rainbow Seeker from Blake's Hard Cider, which is a very local,
Yes. Short drive away.
short drive away from me, at least, not
Yeah.
from you.
Even from
Still
here, it's not
shortish.
that
Yeah,
far.
still shortish. So, Blake's Hard Cider Company. This is a pineapple and sage hard cider, and one of the reasons why I grabbed it is that this cider directly benefits the Human Rights Campaign, as we're recording this during Pride Month.
Hey, happy Pride Month.
Woo!
All right.
Yep. So yeah, Blake's Apple Orchard, which is what Blake's Hard Cider spun themselves out of, probably like the biggest or most well-known orchard in these parts, and used to go every year, and then when I was growing up, and then didn't go for several years, and then the last time I was there, I got good and drunk, and then went and picked
Yeah.
apples.
I'm proud of you, Max.
It was a good Sunday.
And this is actually Blake's second appearance on the show because Jess on Van Helsing, didn't we have El Chavo or whatever? Or
Yes,
some
she
of the other
had El
stuff?
Chavo. That is the
Maybe some
habanero
flan? Yeah.
cider.
That was really good.
That's really good, yeah.
Yeah, interestingly, from a Blake's perspective, when they first came out, they had what, Beardbender?
Wakefire and
No, Wakefire's new.
Beardbender.
They had
That's like
Beardbender,
their
Flannel Mouth,
yep.
Yep.
El Chavo,
Mm-hmm.
and then they had a fourth one called Catawampus. which was their dry hop cider.
That
which
was pretty good.
amazing.
Yeah, they have a bunch of like small little like small batch kind of things.
Yeah, they're doing that now, but those were the 4 that they started with, and of those 4, I actually thought El Chavo wouldn't have been the one that would have stuck around. Because
I think it's different than all the other ciders that are out there. You have like your Angry Orchards, your Red's Apple Ale. And
it's
stuff.
different,
Well, that's
but
different.
it's more accessible.
Yeah,
Catawampus, which I liked a lot more, did not taste like a cider and was not as accessible.
it's hoppy.
It's hot, yeah, and it completely changed the flavor profile, and they don't make it anymore, and I'm sad about that.
Yeah.
But I am happy to see that El Chavo stayed around because it captures that. It captures that balance of a heat where it's not just like you are drinking peppers, like the sweet and the heat work with each other.
It's a great.
We've
great
talked
drink.
about it.
It really shows what you can do with a cider.
Yeah. There's a local brewery around here that makes a spicy beer, which is very much just kind of like a novelty beer that they make just for flights.
Even though that beer has won awards at the World Beer Cup,
which makes no sense to me.
it was like 16 years ago, so
just,
different time. Different time.
It's just yellow capsaicin. That's pretty much all that beer is.
Liquid capsaicin. Yep.
Yeah.
But Blake's makes beyond the ones that James just named off, they make a wide variety. When I was there back in the fall, they had half a dozen other kind of cider types, as well as a number of very good actual beers. They had a very good double IPA, hence the getting very drunk. They made an apple ale, which was very, very good in the fact that it tasted like beer, and also tasted like apples. It wasn't like the saccharine sweet, but it still had that carbonation that you get in that body of a beer.
I'd like to try that. That sounds interesting.
So yeah, they're definitely hit up their tap room in the fall.
They also make their own wine.
They do.
do.
Yep. I think they had wassail as well.
They some of their wines are sweet, but their blueberry wine that's really good. Yes. Okay.
Yeah. So Blake's. They make good cider.
Yeah.
True statement. No, that's very
Yeah,
accurate.
they've exploded because
They've got a
of
good
that.
lineup.
Oh yeah,
absolutely.
They were packed. We went there late in the season, and they were still like
jam.
at capacity.
You'll find this all throughout the Midwest now. Actually, it's all over the place.
Dude,
It's
good
all
for you,
over.
Blakes.
Yeah.
Yep. Well, it's a good way for orchards to expand their business.
Yeah, it's all the ugly apples that they
Yeah.
use. Basically, it's the ones that hit the ground or are ugly or
Yeah.
they can use some of the mash tun from it too for the mash that they use after they squeeze the cider out.
Yep.
So
Yep.
It'd still be delicious on the inside.
Okay, so we've been putting this off long enough. We have to start watching this movie now.
Yeah, I really want to band-aid this one, you guys.
So if this is
Fuck
your
this
first time,
movie.
if this is your first time listening to the podcast, welcome, and we're sorry.
go find another episode.
Yeah, come on a different episode. Go listen to Speed Racer.
Yeah.
So how this works is we're going to watch a movie. This time, Master of Disguise.
My pick.
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you for admitting to that.
I will admit to us because I think this movie is hilarious.
That's great.
Okay, and we're going to make some observations about this quote-unquote film, as well as cracking wise at it, because, oh God, what else can we do to use up the next 80-some minutes? So if you are watching at home, Ryan, tell them where you have this rented from.
Oh, so luckily I didn't have to part with actual real money to watch this movie. It's on Hulu right now, which I already have an active subscription
Why?
for. So yeah.
It used to be on Netflix too.
So if you're watching at home along with us, we are 15 seconds into the Hulu version. The Columbia and Sony Pictures Entertainment logo has just barely started to fade from the screen. So if you're watching along at home, press play now.
You know what would have been a great gag? If that Columbia logo changed into Dana Carvey right there.
Yeah, that would have been so good.
Yep.
And this is like the prime time of like changing the opening logos to do ridiculous shit like that.
To match something in the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Revolution.
This was a popular studio in this kind of time, this era.
Yeah. Yeah, it was. So,
Revolution.
and again, they come back.
Yep.
This is
With a
also
more
the time
different
when
logo.
all the credits are in the beginning.
Well, there's your problem.
Yep.
Yeah,
there we go. Yep.
The
This-
first 5 minutes are just random things
Yep.
happening on the screen with a bunch of names.
hmm
So this is our second Happy Madison production in fairly rapid succession. We just did Little Nicky not too long ago.
Which we had a good time doing.
I would rather watch that movie a million times beyond this. Okay, so this whole opening sequence, this is kind of cool. Like,
This is fun.
Hold on. The sound design in this movie angers me. Just like the sound effects, that little bring.
see now it's just like, oh, it's kind of interesting and unique, and now here's some just garbage pop music.
Yep.
See this,
I do like this opening little
Yeah.
title thing where they go through the different names and whatnot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Max, you're at a distinct advantage for this particular recording because if Summer gets too upset, you're the only one out of arm's reach.
Yes. Strategic sitting.
So to speak to that, actually, one of the theories of podcasting, or theories of the podcast we went through when we were first talking about this, was actually what we have right now.
How stabbable is everyone?
Yeah, no, which is that one person really likes this movie and everyone else doesn't.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that was a while back. We talked about doing that.
We
Yeah.
talked about trying to do movies that did that, but then we realized that all of us have relatively the same. Well,
Yeah.
Brian and I have very much the same taste. Let's put
Right.
it that way.
Yeah.
So it's going to be kind of fun to actually do that a little bit here. That it's there. So
We'll see if we can keep up with Summer. I don't know how this
Yeah,
goes.
boy.
Yeah.
You are welcome. Again.
That dog's face makes me laugh. I love that dog's
Yeah.
face.
I do like the.
So we have the book here.
There's some
going
cool
through
little things here.
Yeah.
All the different
So-
heads and bodies and feet.
Right. We've got an open book.
Yeah, executive producer Adam Sandler. That explains a lot.
So as the credits are progressing, yeah, like James said, the right side is different images, head, torso, and
Muppet
feet.
Man.
Muppet Man. Santa's a lie. Surfing Santa.
Sorry, Ryan.
No, that's cool. Just rotating through different, body sections to create different combinations of disguises.
Oh boy.
So this is the only movie this guy has directed.
The fuck is this transition? This is like the opening of a shitty spin-off of a National Treasure movie.
Definitely.
What that looks like is, do you remember board games in the late 1990s and early 2000s that came with CDs you'd put in your computer and you'd play?
Yeah.
That's what that looks like.
Ooh.
Where it's this is the game about discovering treasure.
Yeah.
And the treasure comes up on the screen and goes through.
Yeah. Now they have apps instead.
Yes.
Dun, 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 dun.
Okay, so this is a children's movie, correct?
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
this movie is rated PG. I
Okay.
remember seeing this when I was 12 or 13 when this came out.
Okay.
I didn't go to the movies, God no. I just saw it from rented from the library.
So
But-
this sequence begins one of my questioning sequences of this movie, which is that if this movie is for children, these are some really Animaniacs level deep cuts for
Yeah.
long movie sequences.
Yes, definitely.
Also, Brett Spiner, what are you doing in this movie?
The only way you can logically explain Brett Spiner's appearance or portrayal in this movie is if it is actually lore
Yes.
from the Next Generation,
Evil.
the evil data.
Yeah. I want this car.
I like how it fakes you out that it's backing up, and it's nope, it's just a weird Italian car.
So this is very early on. Starts one of the very sure signs that a comedy is typically garbage, and that it's hey, look at how many famous people we can cram into this fucking movie.
It's 2002 when this comes out, which is entirely the style of the time. I mean, look at Little Nicky, how many famous cameos
Right.
were in that movie.
It's kind of
James Brolin.
yeah,
Your son will save your family name.
yeah. It's crazy how much they look alike.
Yeah.
The Brolins.
Yep. A lot of Italian-American ghetto. Or, yeah, ghetto is the right word. Neighborhood.
Neighborhood. There you go.
Bippity-boppity.
I like that it says time to eat.
That's
With
the
a
correct
clock.
time.
It's always time to eat.
Yep.
Exactly.
Man, I hope I'm that fucking handsome when I'm 60. Good Christ.
So, how old is Pistachio supposed to be?
That's a great question.
Because he says, oh, it's been 20 years. It's been 23 years since I've seen your grandfather. Or whatever the hell his accent is. So, I don't know if he actually remembers him, because 23 years prior to this movie would be 1979. If he had never seen his grandfather before.
Jesus Christ.
So, he could be in his early 20s, question mark? That guy needs to be doing that in a fume hood.
So we're getting some flashbacks of Pistachio being very young, just giving into his urge to mimic and mock people randomly.
And these sequences are way funnier than anything with Dana Carvey in it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's
I
in
love
the,
this one.
Yeah, this
he's in
one
the
is
gym
good.
right now. This is some excellent slapstick.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it doesn't linger too long on the shot. Just bam! Then his feet make holes in the wall. That's hilarious.
Wow. Yeah, I did not notice that.
And he has the underwear on his head, which you don't notice right away.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because he's in the muscle suit.
Yeah.
So
Your eyes are drawn towards the other part of the costume.
yeah.
So the opening scene with Bo Derek, she got famous on that scene in the movie 10 in 1979,
I think so.
That would make
where
sense.
she's running in a swimsuit with similar hairdo and whatnot.
I like all the wine bottles with the names on them. That's a lot like a very good pizzeria close to us, Louis. That is the same
Yes.
thing where you buy a bottle of
Louis.
Chianti and you can put your name on it.
Yeah, I never got your rating of Louis, Ryan.
It was phenomenal.
Yeah, it's so good.
That was some of the best pizza I've ever had.
Did you notice the dog ate all the
Yeah.
sausages?
Yeah. And that's the actress playing his mother is Edie McClurg, probably most famously known for playing Grace, the secretary from Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
So
Here we have an extra from Super Mario Brothers.
Also the mom on a
Hey
popular Disney Channel show.
Mario!
a mom on what?
A popular Disney Channel show.
What channel?
Wizards of Waverly Place.
Nice.
Oh.
So this is where it gets all Oedipus
Yeah.
on us.
Something.
Oedipus disguisey? I don't know.
Yeah, Oedipus Disguiser. Yep.
Yeah.
So
That's a fake butt, right?
yeah,
sure.
Yeah,
Yes.
definitely.
Most definitely.
What do you think that closet's for back there?
Yeah.
So honestly, I actually, for the most part, I really like Dana Carvey's weird accent in this movie.
Me too.
I-
It's
I-
consistent.
So he has so many weird accents. Do you think Dana Carvey has an actual speaking voice anymore?
I assume it's the ref from Little Nicky at all times.
Yeah.
The high pitched.
Get that crap out of here.
This kid is just the audience inside of this.
Yeah.
movie.
Yep.
He's
So
so
this movie
unimpressed.
is so like tied to the year it came out because of the
Right.
Shrek scene coming up right here. Like I remember this was lame even when I was 12 when I remember this. Yeah.
That's
Yep.
exactly
that is
the
exact
response to
face
this
of all of
movie.
That's
us.
James.
So
That dog is not cute.
No, it's not
Dog is
cute.
mangy.
you shut your damn mouth. No, he's a cute dog.
No.
Mangy.
Cute dog.
Scrappy.
Dog's adorable.
This is a weird joke. Never had a papa.
Yeah.
Never had a dad. Like oh, why?
Oh my God,
He's like,
my
oh,
God,
what do
God,
I
God."
do?
Yeah.
Yeah.
His spaghetti's just falling out of his pockets.
That shirt is hideous.
It's great.
by
No,
the
it
way.
matches his character though.
Yeah.
See, the normal just pistachio disguisey, I find very endearing actually.
Yep.
Like I do for the most part.
Barney Baker is the name of like a Superman supporting cast member.
Right. I know we're getting into the restaurant here.
This restaurant is so gaudy.
Yes.
Yep.
Oh my.
But if you had to
really-
think of like a gaudy Italian restaurant, this is what you.
But it really does look like I love Louis, but this is really what Louis looks like on the inside.
Oh yeah, no, it's
Bigger
for
and
as delicious
gaudier.
as it is.
Or what? Actually, you know what this place
it's
reminds
hideous.
me of? Pegasus.
Yes.
Oh yeah,
In Greek Town.
in Greek Town. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Their food's
With
good,
the
though.
Lights on the
Yep.
ceiling
And like the
everything.
fake terraces.
Oh
and-
yeah. I want this guy to be Biff.
Yeah.
This is the best part.
Can you imagine having to like, have
Yes.
makeup done for this scene?
So
And then it goes to the close up. And
Yeah.
It's clearly not glasses.
yeah,
Yeah.
I like
Just a
that.
window.
This is funny to me. I like that he's wiping the spaghetti sauce off them, but this is where it gets
This
stupid.
goes too
This is stupid.
long. 'Cause, like this.
Yeah.
This is what in my notes I have written. Why? There's just this movie is.
I didn't
just
notice that was a-
75%.
Is that a crab?
I
Yes.
think so.
A big crab.
No spaghetti.
So, perhaps an unpopular opinion, but for the most part, I think just about every personality that Dana Carvey adopts in this movie, his impressions are terrible. Just about every one of them. Even this one's pretty bad.
No, this one's particularly terrible. But some of the actors that he obviously does portrayals of are okay. Some like
Yeah.
the Al Pacino and
Yeah.
the guy from Jaws. I can't remember his
I
name.
don't like the guy from Jaws. Is this the mom from the 80s the 80s TV show that's out right now? I think it's her.
What? I don't know what show you're talking about.
It's
Shit.
oh, you know what I'm talking. You know what show I'm talking about, Ryan?
I need more to go on. James is gonna dig.
Yeah.
Meanwhile,
back in the movie. God, I need to drink all those wine bottles to get through this again.
Yeah.
Come to me, Cider.
Come to me, Cider. Oh yeah, definitely just burped into my mic. You're welcome.
Good job,
Internet.
Ryan.
Oh,
How do you
sorry
guys
about
like
that.
this?
Oh, this is so good.
Yeah, this is just the right amount of sweetness for me.
This might be sitting in my top 3 ciders, actually.
That's
Oh.
a tough.
That's
tough,
bold.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, well, maybe we'll talk about that at the end. But yeah, I like this a lot. Good work, James,
Thank you. Good work.
and also Blake's.
Yeah.
Yeah, Papa don't preach. Yeah.
What? Do I know?
Yeah.
So we got Pistachio ending his workday here,
Mm-hmm.
walking down El Strito.
This movie is all accents, and Pistachio's vocabulary is all plurals. the Tush Queen.
So Pistachio just found his crush making out with the new waiter. I don't know
She
this
never
actor's
liked him
name.
though, because
Yeah.
we had that scene where he's like, it was fun for 5 minutes, but then no.
Yeah. That's why I said crush.
Yeah.
This guy, I don't know the actor's name, but he's fairly ubiquitous in like
He looks
supporting roles in
like part
comedy.
Norm Macdonald, part what's the evil guy from Lazy Town?
Lazy Town, I don't know.
Oh yes,
Yeah.
the Blue Man.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah. That might be who he is, actually.
I think it might be.
Is he a bear?
No.
Stop it.
Nope. He is not. Nope.
He's not.
Nope.
We're not going to Blue Town.
Nope. Like everyone's slapping.
Yeah. Ah!
Oh, just chloroformed.
Mom.
Does this
Mom,
rag smell like
pistache.
chloroform?
Why are you on the roof?
Why do you have suicide doors in that car?
Because it's cool.
Fair.
Yeah.
Get him. Spread your mange.
I love the way he says
Ransack.
Ransackery.
Ransackery. It's
Does he have some sort of mental problem?
I think he's just super insular.
Yeah.
His father is overprotective of him, right?
Yeah.
That's how I took it, at least.
And he's just knocking himself out.
Okay.
And now, for no reason, Exorcist reference.
Exactly.
Right.
That's what I mean. Like, who is this for?
Parents who were forced to go to this movie with their children.
Yeah, but like, this isn't funny.
no.
It's just like, it's the Exorcist.
Yeah.
I guess. It's the Exorcist.
It's the same thing with just Bo Derek being at the beginning. It's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
it's that chick who I ogled when I was young.
I don't mind Harold Gould's performance in this movie. He plays Grandpapa.
Yeah. I kept thinking he was the guy from The Strain. The old guy from he's not. So I looked that up. Also, the show I'm thinking of is The Goldbergs.
Oh.
The mother looks
Oh.
exactly like.
I saw a commercial for that movie, for that series, and I'm like, nope.
It's very good.
Man.
It's the voice that's why they sound the same.
Oh, okay.
So
I
hunger.
hunger. Me too.
Holy cannoli, you're my sister.
that is a huge and most likely really disgusting meatball.
Oh.
You see, he doesn't actually bite it.
Yeah.
It's a prop ball. It's the man-sized meatballs.
Slap, slap, slap.
Why with the slapping? Is it because punching is like too violent? Because it's a kids'
Maybe,
movie?
yeah. To keep the PG rating.
Yeah, that's the only thing that made sense to me.
Yeah.
So
And
no, that's right. So this movie came out shortly after the first, I think, 2 Austin Powers movies, and then
so
just
here's
after the first Shrek movie.
Yes, Austin Powers won 97, then 99, and Goldmember was 2003.
Right. So Dana Carvey, his probably most well-known role still is just Garth from Wayne's World,
from Wayne's
probably.
World, which was from SNL.
And movie-wise, he didn't really go anywhere.
No, he recently had a Netflix stand-up special, and he
wonder if
was
that's any good.
on. He was on the Late Night with Stephen Colbert recently. I can't remember why. He played John Bolton in a sketch.
Also, props to this, I think, Latina maid for keeping a straight face while Dana Carvey just massaged her cheek meats.
Yeah.
Cheek meats, by the way.
Cheek meats.
Face cheek meats.
Yeah.
It's a PG movie, folks. There.
He's got good old man hair.
Yeah.
Only old men can pull off that hairstyle.
The page boy.
Yeah.
It will be very scary on anybody else.
Yep.
And his eyebrows. They're about 1 inch long.
Yeah. And like half an inch wide.
He looks like his real name is D'Artagnan.
Yeah.
Okay, this actually made me
This
laugh.
is funny, yeah.
It's a flashback sequence, and a statue pokes a man in the butt with a sword.
Just the
Got like
face.
And this.
This was pretty good.
Yeah.
No cherry
No
chip
cherry
for
for
you.
you, yeah.
the smile on the fake statue looks like a Bruce Campbell smile.
It does, yeah. This is dumb.
This is
Oh,
terrible.
This is terrible,
really
yeah.
bad.
I think this goes to your point, Max. Like, they take the joke one step too far oftentimes in this movie.
Yeah.
Because the first two are good.
Yeah.
If they would have ended those first two, it would have been like, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Or would have done something different. Again, very much dating this
It's
movie.
2002.
Yes.
This song.
Yeah.
Madagascar.
Just
Yeah.
leaning on the success of other much better family movies.
Sick dance moves, though.
Yeah.
Mm. Good smoking jacket.
Yeah. Pistachio Hefner.
Yep. No, Grandpa Hef.
Grandpa. What is that?
I like his sweater.
I was going to say,
yeah,
what is
it's
going on with
very-
that sweater?
Yeah, it looks very cozy.
He's way too close to that fire to be wearing that thing, though.
Just one spark and it's gone.
If only that worked in real life.
Wouldn't that be great? Just a small sphere of influence, like anyone within X amount of feet, you could do that to.
Mm-hmm.
Something I realized by watching this movie, Dana Carvey has, one, very thin lips, at least his upper lip, and two, has very good control over them, because half of his impersonations involve him doing something with his top lip.
Interesting.
Face muscles.
Yep.
I want a full report on Dana Carvey's
Yeah.
lips
Stat.
next week.
A pop-up
stat.
grimoire.
I
Pop-up.
But so I will give it to this movie that it's like we're not going to even come up with any reason as to why our plot devices are
Right.
here. We're just
No.
going to
Yeah,
just
this
put
one-
it in a book and you
Yep.
have to deal with
Yeah.
it.
I
Yeah.
love
Like,
this. That's one
exposition. This
specific
home of
farmer.
exposition.
I'm completely fine with that. It's
Yeah.
like it's a children's comedy.
Yeah.
You don't need to. You don't need to come up with the reason to go up Rainbow.
Yeah, plot hole.
Mountain.
Yeah.
You
No.
just do.
Yep.
You know
No justification. Just
Just-
unapologetically doing what they want to do.
exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I mean, this movie isn't 100% bad, but boy, is it bad.
All right,
It's bad.
Pistachio. We need to find your father's trigger.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The
Mysterious
evil
ball.
laugh he has right there is really weird.
Yeah.
Weird optical illusion there.
This is so dramatic.
just-
Yep. It's hooked up to a giant Rube Goldberg machine.
The disguisey dong.
Yeah, this.
Like, why does it go through such great lengths, too?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, does he have to set this up after every time?
Absolutely.
Well, he hasn't opened
Nightmares!
it in 20-some years.
Fucking monkey with the symbols.
Dana,
So, in theory of how that door worked, you could have just, like, went and, like, made the monkey clap and the door opens?
What are you saying, Sarah?
said he's always just a little bit cross-eyed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they just, Pistachio and his grandpa just discovered their father's secret disguisey lair.
Or nest.
Nest, as they call it, yes.
I'm going to be the master of disguise.
Please slap him. Thank you.
So I have a coworker who when I told him we were doing this movie for the show, has become inconsolably upset with me. Because
Really?
he likes this movie so much. Yeah.
When he stretches his neck out, he looks like a bobblehead.
Yeah. Here we have the worst montage ever.
But do you hear the music?
Part
The
of it's
special music.
Yeah.
The original songs
Fucking Red
are,
Delicious apples. That apple's trash.
Yeah. I don't trust anyone who likes Red Delicious apples.
Me either.
No, they're
Then
grainy
yes.
and
Yes,
That's
they're so
mealy.
nasty.
So Dana Carvey just goes full Violet Beauregard here.
Yep.
Yes.
Is that a Carrot Top reference?
I don't know. That was kind of
That-
funny.
Taking the joke too far.
Yep.
Yeah.
That one's okay.
That's
They need a
okay.
spinning one.
This
This
one
is just.
It's uncomfortable, but still kind of funny.
Yeah.
It's
His
just
face,
super
I
weird.
can't. Look at his face.
Oh, his brace is on. That's why
Yeah.
his teeth look all
God.
fucked.
Brought to you in stunning 4K OLED quality.
That would hurt so bad.
Yeah.
He's
More
floating in the
painful.
air and then he pops him. And hey,
Jesus.
remember there's a villain in this movie?
Yeah.
Yep.
Jesus. James Brolin could knock that man out with Smolder alone.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Man.
Oh, Data.
So
How far
Devlin.
you have fallen.
Yeah.
Okay, full disclosure, I did not recognize that was fucking Data.
You did.
No, I recognized him, but I didn't look into it.
And you can tell that he's the evil version because he has a goatee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is how all of Star Trek references.
Distinguishes evil characters.
Yes, they have goatees.
Either that or they have visible robotic parts.
Yes.
So, as little as Mama Pistachio or Mama
Mama
Disguisey is in this movie, one of her last scenes is actually pretty great.
She's a treasure.
Yeah.
Then why doesn't Bowman have Disguisey steal her?
Hmm.
Hey, because he already has her.
I'm very annoyed with this joke.
Me too.
Yeah.
No.
You don't need it. Like he's ridiculous. Okay.
Oh, no.
And now we hit the racist portion of this movie.
This next sequence makes Apu look like a Mahatma.
Yeah.
It's this. Oh my gosh.
That's about as good as I got at the recorder in school.
Yep.
Me too.
I was horrific at it.
I will say the makeup is good, even if it is terribly, terribly racist.
Yeah.
He's
So
in brown
to speak
face.
to your part or comment, Summer, he's really cross-eyed in this scene.
Yes. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
It's his right eye.
So is
Yeah.
he just always that way?
I think so. I think his
He
right
might have
eye
a
just
lazy
has
right eye.
Has a lazy eye that goes.
Because I've
in a
always
little
you always
bit.
see him with glasses on in all
Yeah.
his roles.
Mm-hmm.
So it adds to how funny you are. It's like being fat, except you can't just run it off.
So, welcome to Good Brews Bad Views, Lazy Eye Edition. We'll
Yeah.
be watching the right eye of Dana Carvey throughout this movie to see if he in fact has a lazy eye.
Become another person.
I
I'm gonna
So-
drink more.
So this is supposed to be kind of a turning point in his, his tutelage, his training, right? So they could have done it with a different disguise, right? They could have
Yeah.
been a little bit
Like
better than this.
literally anything.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
No, no.
yeah.
Yikes.
4
Yep.
times. I was opening the basket.
The teeth.
Yeah, the lip.
I mean, it just.
Yeah.
Okay, I did like this.
Yeah.
Where he's
The
Smooth jazz.
sax.
smooth jazz on the recorder.
Anything that is clearly not a recorder is
Yeah.
playing right now.
So he has
And this
successfully
goes
charmed
on
the
for
snake.
way too long.
Yeah.
This little,
Yeah.
like, this.
When it starts kissing him,
Yes.
he's kissing it.
Yeah.
Jesus,
This
come on
movie
now.
is so early 2000s it hurts.
Yeah.
Energico. Stop this.
Yeah.
Can you imagine the man or woman who had to play the snake and was just like
Oh, just,
trying
yeah,
to poke
the-
Dana Carvey in the head?
The
Why
snake
is he
hand.
eating a slice of American cheese?
Yeah.
Like, why did that make it
The worst kind of cheese.
the worst?
Mm.
This. I love the way this dummy looks.
Yeah.
The dummy,
is so
is a great design.
Dummy's a great, yeah.
It looks like something out of The Emperor's New Groove.
It does.
Yes.
It really does.
Yes, it does.
Like the little hat that it has.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then it has
Like the eyes,
the eyes that are really goofy, and then
Yeah.
its ears are
valves.
The dummy is one of my favorite characters.
Yeah. Robot is online. Robot will slap Dana Carvey.
Good pull.
Robot does not appreciate your racist portrayal of people from the subcontinent of India.
This is so dumb.
The Who's Your Daddy thing?
Yeah.
Yeah. Again, that's just a total like phrase of the time.
And this like typewriter.
Yeah.
Yep. Again, here we have friggin' national treasure
Yeah.
So
with all of the cameos.
if I remember correctly, it was Michael Johnson who did the greatest athletic like prop sequence ever, which is that after one of his races, he won, finished it, and then started to act like his feet hurt, like jumping up and down,
Mm-hmm.
and then threw his shoes off, and somebody ran onto the track and put a fire extinguisher to them. Amazing.
That's great.
This is the best. The hands out of the flower.
The fucking flower.
No, right.
Oh, now that I know that guy's Data. All right. This is great.
And bad joke.
Yeah.
Now he farts. So this guy farts every time he laughs. So,
Mhm.
it's hilarious.
Yeah.
The fucking dummies watching.
I feel like Pistachio's always dancing around like he has some kind of weird music in his brain. Like
Right.
he's either skipping or heel toeing with
He's a
some
happy
snaps.
dude.
Yeah.
No, he's just a happy guy. I like Pistachio. I do. Just kind of undercranking a bit there.
I don't.
I like the robot just
I like that
beating
it's
the shit out of
speak and
him.
spells him here.
Yeah, his disguises are typically one of the worst.
The singularity cannot come soon enough.
This sequence is weird.
Yeah.
Like it
Yeah.
feels completely disjointed from the rest of the
But this
movie.
is also a very
That's very
typical
Sandler.
joke of the very Sandler joke
It's a
and
heavy
joke of the
ass
late
joke.
'90s.
Yeah.
But it's not connected to anything.
Oh, no,
Yeah.
yeah. Certainly.
Like that joke, I can understand that joke happening in a sequence where they're kind of outside, like talking about something.
Yeah, or looking for the assistant. Like, oh, what about her? She has nice tush like Mama.
yeah,
Right.
or like
And
even
I'm not Russian.
after this point, if he would have been like, "Let's go get some gelato,"
Yeah.
and like they go do it, but it feels weird to cut from that scene to this scene.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is this a
An
better shirt for
assistant.
you, James?
What?
Is this a better shirt for you?
Yes.
Yes, I would wear that shirt.
I agree with your placement of that scene, though, Max. That would have worked better in this finding a secretary deal.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Been like immediately like, okay, let's go. And then like, oh, what about her?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, D'Artagnan's kind of a dick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get out.
Freak!
Okay, so the last three that he calls freaks, that I have a kind of a problem with that because it's a black guy, a riot girl punk female, and a obvious like Mexican day laborer.
Right.
Yeah. Racist grandpa.
Yep.
Is that why he was so pleased with the bad India thing or Indian thing?
Possibly.
Ooh, yeah, maybe.
Mm.
He's kind of a dick to kids, too.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Yep.
I like that the kid is just matter of fact. The
Yeah.
kid is the straight man in this
Yeah.
whole movie.
Yeah.
I also love that his quirk is that he's totally uncoordinated on that skateboard.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And he just falls. I'm okay.
Yeah.
I'm okay.
Grandpa's commitment to calling him a baby is okay. I'm okay with that. Too.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know this baby? So,
Enter Jennifer Esposito from NCIS.
and of Final Destination fame.
Oh.
Really?
Yeah.
Can that really be fame?
The first one, yes.
Dude, the first two actually are
Okay,
great.
all right.
The first one is a terrifying movie.
Yeah.
That's part of the reason I had, for so long, been horrified of being on planes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I remember you mentioned that, Ryan. That's
Yeah, it's
all
not
right.
great.
And then we enter
I'm
the
better now.
sexist portion of the movie.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So this is
Yeah.
so weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Does anyone else think that she sounds like a Disney princess?
A
love her
little
voice.
bit in the way, yeah. Or maybe not
delivery
Disney
is-
princess, but like live action Disney Channel thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like right now, I think later she gets more intense.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, you could see her being the mom of the girl of, the 34th century or whatever that one show was.
I would say like Lizzie McGuire.
Oh, yes. Yes. I'm like, what are we talking
Which-
about?
My wife.
but good
loves
on
that
you,
show.
Hilary Duff, for keeping your shit together.
Right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Unlike every other person. From
Exactly.
All right.
Hey, Raven
Excuse me.
turned out okay.
Hmm.
Disney. True.
Yeah.
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 And Justin Timberlake's doing all right.
He wasn't a Disney.
Mickey Mouse
Girl.
It was
Clubhouse.
Mickey Mouse
Yeah,
Clubhouse.
it was.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Wrong.
So was I said Disney girl because typically all of the women
That's-
involved in
yeah.
that have some kind of
Issue.
breakdown or issue.
That's
or
right, Justin. GBBV has your back.
Justin
Yeah.
did wear a jeans tuxedo though,
Okay. Yeah.
He did.
a denim tuxedo. is
But
the
you know
correct way
who
to say it.
also kept their shit together? One Ryan Gosling.
That's correct. Yes,
Hmm.
he's in Drive.
That's because he
What a
can
great
play it.
movie.
He's good at hiding his emotions, as seen in all of his roles.
Yes. So this is rude.
Yeah.
Don't switch to another language when people understand when you want to talk about somebody in front of them.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
Mhm.
rude.
It is. I call my relatives out on that.
I like that though when she
Yeah.
says, you know,
Because bless you. Yeah. Very good.
"Hear me through." And then now we get the typical reason for the super attractive, very well together woman being in love with the really doofy weirdo guy. In the
And
movie,
her
right?
reaction there is amazing.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Where she's just laughing like you're kidding.
You're kidding me,
right?
right? So that circles back
Yeah.
later on.
Mm-hmm.
Fractional levels, bummer.
Yeah.
So she's right there, and she's
Yeah.
just off camera, which is great. That if you're not quite paying attention, you don't know she's there.
Yeah.
But if you are paying attention, you understand that this whole conversation is happening
Right.
in front of her.
Yeah.
So this
What?
is this where Drax studied
Yeah.
logical reasoning? And why?
I'm glad
Now
the
we-
shirt matches the taxi.
Yeah. Now we go into like a music number.
The grandpa's
Jen-
so weird.
She's like, Esposito's like, what is happening?
Yeah.
What is happening?
I hope that they actually didn't tell her what was going to happen. in this
Or
scene,
that
and
that
she
was
just
ad lib, like an ad lib, just
Just
keep
act
shooting,
natural.
keep shooting.
Dude, this guy seems like he would be a great villain in a horror movie.
He
Yeah.
would, yeah. Or
With
a
the
good
same
fake out
costume,
villain,
right
like
there.
like he's creepy, but he's not the
Yeah.
actual villain.
I just like the super just ho hum
She's a
questions
mom.
she has. Yeah.
She's a mom. She's
Yeah.
You
concerned
sick-
about insurance.
Heck of a suitcase.
That's not a box.
No, it is a prop from the Flintstones.
No matter what Crate and Barrel tells you, boxes do not come with handles.
Again, another movie, another orb.
Hmm.
Just an assassin comes out of somewhere and shanks him and takes him out.
Schwink, schwink.
It's the apple of Eden.
Or the orb for Little Nicky.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Get in the flask.
Get in the flask. Accoutrements, plus 10.
Yes, good word.
It's just like, well, I've made a huge mistake. Is there
Wait, is that the
totally-
cute? Oh yeah, the cuteness is right there.
Jennifer
and Bobby
Esposito?
Baker. No.
Jokes.
Ba-da-da-da-da.
I'm hitting Ryan.
Ow. Ow. You heard it.
Mike is getting this.
It's not really, really bad until someone throws the book at you, though, right?
Oh.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm kind of middle of the road with that joke.
They use it too many
Yeah.
times.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, I think they do it again in this scene or in the following scene, and if they saved it again for like the climax of the movie,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but
I think any woman can relate to this scene as being in a meeting with a bunch of men.
yes,
Probably.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
And again, like in National Treasure, crazy glasses that let him see things.
I was actually thinking Sleepy Hollow with this gadget.
That
Yeah.
too.
Also a bad movie.
Nope, not bad movie.
Yeah.
Enjoyable movie.
Max was the one defending Sleepy Hollow.
Yep.
But yes, James, to your point, I was like, she's like, hey, I have this great idea. And he's like, no, it was my idea.
Yeah.
Here it is.
This scene actually made me physically angry when I was watching it the first time.
So they're
And
dumpster
she
diving
doesn't
right.
correct him.
Right.
No.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So they're dumpster diving right now, looking for clues as to their father's captor.
Yeah.
And he has some impossible glasses on.
And we have the movie's probably most infamous scene coming up right now. And strap yourselves in.
Oh.
So, boy.
Yeah.
The turtle. So, Carvey randomly just says turtle throughout this scene. So, did he hypnotize himself into thinking he was a turtle?
That's the best quote in this movie.
Yeah.
The most famous, at least.
Yeah, just the random turtles.
That he's just staring frozen randomly.
Yeah.
He's never really focused on anything important.
Her pull here is great.
Yep.
Yeah.
She is
Yeah.
awesome in this scene.
Yeah.
How did he
It
get
shows
his
her
lip to look
confidence.
like that, though? Like,
I
how does
think
it
it's
have a point?
I think it's a makeup thing.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I think that, to your point, Ryan, this doesn't fit at all with the rest of his disguises through the
No.
whole movie.
Yeah, because
No.
they're like actual
Yeah,
people.
humans.
Yeah. What
Then
is he
there's-
doing in this movie?
This
I don't
guy's
know
in a
the
lot.
actor who
Yeah.
plays the cigar roller, but I know I've seen him.
Yeah,
in
he's
something
everywhere.
else.
He's awesome.
He's
I
also
feel like-
not in a room or anything. He's just like in the middle of the lounge
Yes.
with like a curtain.
Yeah,
Jesus Christ.
it's like man disguised as turtle.
Is one of her teeth super white, or sorry, yellow, or is that just the lighting?
Oh no.
It's
I like how he's just doing like a Kermit impersonation.
Yeah.
It's just
rainbows.
Yeah, I mean, this is absolutely for a child's.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's for kids. That laugh makes me laugh.
Yeah.
So some skeezy old white
Skeezy
dudes
old white
hitting on
dudes.
Jennifer Esposito.
And Eric Trump on the left.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
All right.
Oh God.
So watch what happens here. He bites off a guy's nose.
Yeah. And spits it back on.
So the nose wasn't real.
None of that. And
And then
this,
this.
Yeah.
what is that?
So it is a well-known fact that that turtle scene was filmed on 9/11. So I guess apparently they took a moment
Excuse
of
me.
silence on set to finish that.
And he had to take a moment of silence in the turtle costume.
You think he retracted into it?
That's a
That's horrible.
Oh, no.
oh boy.
Oh.
Well then,
Yeah. Now that,
we've switched up our beers as we've drank up through all of our cider.
which was delicious.
Yes, very good. That sage blended well with the pineapple, and pineapple is one of those flavors that sometimes has a problem coming through on beers. Excuse me, in beers. So we are drinking something that I brought back from Canada when I was recently over there. From Nickelbrook Brewing Company, we have Whiny Bastard, an imperial stout aged in Pinot Noir barrels. And we all have a lot of thoughts about this beer.
Yeah.
James, why don't you start with it? So, okay, first, this is to your point, Ryan. Like,
Back to the movie.
Pistachio he's just a nice guy.
Yeah.
Like, he actually brought Barney knee pads
Yeah.
because he likes.
Yeah, it's super
he just
thoughtful.
genuinely likes the kid.
He's innocent.
Yeah. Because at this point, he doesn't like her. Like, eventually,
He-
spoiler
he-
alert,
he-
they get together.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah.
he has
Oh,
no,
surprise.
Yeah, surprise. He has no interest in her, but he's just a nice guy. Like,
Yeah.
he's like, your
Yeah.
kid's a cool person. And now we have Jesse
Jesse
The
Ventura.
Body!
Yes.
Number 3, his third
His
appearance
third
on the
appearance
podcast.
on the podcast.
Not a doll.
Yeah. All right. So
Jesse
back to-
Ventura probably ate this scene up. But anyway, so back to the beer. This is a very interesting beer. The complexity of it is equal to Lizard of Cause. I would say.
I disagree. I think Lizard of Oz is significantly more
Really?
complex than this, but this is still very complex.
Because I've gotten almost a different taste every time I've drank it, and that's why I'm saying that. Lizard of Oz delivered a more consistently complex taste. This delivers a variation on taste. So to me, it's a different complex.
And then Devlin Bowman farts as he's laughing again because it's so funny, you guys.
Yeah, and he's
I'm gonna compare maybe to a little bit like Dragons Are Real. How Dragons Are Real had so many different things going on, and those all transition very nicely to each other. To me, if I didn't know this was a stout, I would think this would be a very heavy red wine. It's got that dryness to it. Maybe a little bit of that leatheriness that you get with some red wines. This is definitely a sipper.
This is extra mean because he sets him up because he knows the kid's a fucking klutz and he tells him to try something out.
Yep. But no,
it's good.
Yeah, like I picked this up because when I was at the LCBO, I'm like, I need to bring some stuff back for us, and I've never seen a stout in a wine barrel. I've seen like some other kind of like sours and such like that, which but go for something crazy. And Canadian craft is starting to trickle into Detroit, like 8 Degrees Plato, one of my go-to places for one of my go-to bottle shops. They got some Bellwoods in today, which is one of my favorite breweries in Canada, located in Toronto. They have what I think is probably the best I've ever had, which is a stout aged in cognac barrels called Bring Out Your Dead. So,
speaking of that, I found a good key lime sour for you, Max.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's called a Lime-A-Rita from Bud Light.
Jesus,
get the fuck out of here! I could do a low blow right now, but I'm not going to.
So, yay, dog on skateboard.
Yeah, the dog on the skateboard is a weird... Like, when that showed up, I thought they were going to do more with it.
Yeah. Didn't dog on a skateboard become like a YouTube thing like a decade later?
Yeah, that bulldog on a skateboard.
Yeah, bulldog on a skateboard, yeah. But
that bloody nose is a real subtle thing.
Yeah, I didn't notice that the first time, actually. Slapping dummy.
Death to kill all humans.
So
look at the computer.
The files are in
the
computer,
old,
right?
Old iMac.
Oh wow! Look at that school shooter
Oh,
face.
Jesus Christ!
Do you think they may have pulled like a high school photo for Devlin Bowman or from Brett Spinner for that?
Maybe. I like how the robot has googly eyes.
Yeah.
How did the dummy get off of its stand?
Yeah, where'd the stand go? That's a really good point.
Pistachio got it.
That's a big wrench.
Yeah, that's... So this is the only way they could get it to pants him, I guess. It's just to pull it off the stand and not explain it.
I guess, yeah.
The weird Krishna statue is just out of place. It's a cool statue.
Yeah.
It has glowing red eyes.
It does have glowing red. It did have glowing red eyes in the previous scene.
It did.
You don't break that fourth wall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I think this is one of the best disguises.
Me
actually.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Gammy Num Num or whatever in a moment here.
Gammy Num Num.
It's just the most hilariously flamboyant one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do like that he actually is competent.
Right.
Yeah. Well, his title was art dealer.
Yeah.
Boy, is that uncomfortable if you're...
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
That's such, but like Gammy Num Num is such like a name you would use like in a children's movie.
Yeah. So Dana Carvey is in disguise as a geriatric redhead.
Yeah.
He's got the hots.
Ms. Frizzle.
Lazy Right Eye. Lazy Right Eye.
Lazy Right Eye.
Yeah.
Also, such a 2002 movie because they just referenced the Backstreet Boys.
Yeah.
That said, Brooklyn Nine-Nine just did a whole Backstreet Boys sequence.
Oh yeah, that was great.
Also, too.
Saved by Hulu.
Yes, thank you, Hulu.
Yep.
Please get rid of this.
NBC, right?
Yep.
Oh yeah, NBC.
Hulu also recently, I guess, Hulu acquired the rights to Letterkenny, which is a Canadian sitcom about Ontario, like people living in Ontario, and like rural Ontario. And I've watched some clips online, and I'm like, holy shit, this is too spot on.
Oh really?
I have family who have done like the jokes are so in line with. It's like how you are about Polynesian humor.
Mm-hmm.
Like you eat like legit
Right on.
Polynesian humor. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like that, and just it's too good.
This
Yeah.
is. I don't like this joke.
Yeah.
It's uncomfortable in. Yeah, I just don't.
The dog's
Yeah.
like, oh.
I like that it's Halloween monsters.
Yeah, it's all the Universal monsters. Ryan, did we get your input on this beer?
A little bit. I'll wrap it up at the end.
Okay.
It's good. I like it for now. Let's leave
Yeah.
it at that.
There you go. Yeah.
So the pop-up book addresses another very specific plot device here.
It's the Gilded White House.
Yeah.
So an extravagant party being thrown at Devlin's place.
The plot point being that she has to go undercover as a date.
Right. He should have been like, all the rooms are ladies' rooms.
Yeah.
Let me show
Lady.
you to my bedroom.
The band is just going in the background here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
Just
girls
keep
in the
dancing.
gold are just
Yeah.
mamboing their lives
Yeah.
away.
I love gold.
This one is
Oh.
horrible.
It's so bad.
Yeah.
The shrunken head is so unnecessary.
But again, this is one of those. Who is this Who is this for? Because I didn't know who this was when I first saw this.
I just.
He's
That's-
supposed to be somebody?
It's
Yeah.
Al Pacino.
He's Al
Yeah.
Pacino
And
from
Scarface,
Scarface.
Yeah, no
which
idea.
is not a movie children should watch.
No.
I think that the shrunken head gag would have been better if he was in a more appropriate disguise.
Yeah, not just Al Pacino.
Yeah.
And that, to me,
Zack Snyder filter.
I feel like this movie exists largely as a play to Dana Carvey's ego,
Oh yeah, he's like,
he's
what
the-
can
he's the
I
writer
do?
for it.
because many of his impersonations just aren't that good. I really don't think they are. This one in particular.
Is terrible.
But it's like, all right, well, I guess you can do voices and impersonations okay-ish. Let's
It'd
make
be-
a fucking movie about it, I guess.
It'd be like if Bill Hader did the same movie. Because I think he has a record for most impersonations on SNL.
Interesting. I really like Bill Hader a
Yeah.
lot,
I
actually.
love Bill Hader.
Yeah, he's funny. I like the server's complete
Yeah. Just like,
disinterest in everything.
I love that.
God, again,
remember, it is the early 2000s, so
Yeah.
dick jokes are all the rage.
and it's a Happy Madison movie, so it's a requisite.
Yep.
Also, to qualify that, unfunny dick jokes.
Yep.
Yes. Correct.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
I heard you rich people are into that.
Oh. No, that's hotel rooms.
Yeah.
What in
Says
a what?
he owns this place.
Are his
Should
eyes
I-
actually that blue?
I think he's wearing contacts through this whole movie.
Yeah. Because they are piercingly blue, and I believe he has brown eyes.
The role of the audience played by that guy. He rolls his eyes.
Oh,
And
God. What
Warren
is
Buffett's
happening? Is this what those extras are saying?
I like the background dancers.
Yeah.
In this.
I mean, his faces are great,
Yes.
I think, in this scene, but it doesn't need to be this character.
They could have spent more time on a funnier impersonation.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
That guy is menacing as all get out.
Mm-hmm.
So the snapping is a long payoff to come. When
Yeah.
he snaps for his goons to show up.
Yeah.
All right, the goons are chasing Pistachio as Scarface.
Yep.
Oh, and now we get
Here, Pistachio as Quinn.
Yeah. From Jaws?
Yeah.
Even with
With
Jaws.
lime green water.
But, like, that's a Jaws shot, too.
Yeah.
So, I mean, from a filmmaking perspective, well done.
Yeah.
To, like, put an
The-
actual shot from Jaws in here.
I like how we're watching with subtitles and it's just like it's just speaking gibberish.
yeah.
Yeah.
What?
So he looks a lot more like the character he's supposed to be here
Yeah.
than sounds like the
Yeah,
character
I think
to
it's
me.
a really
Yeah.
bad impression.
But no, he's pretty much just doing the IMDb page of like quotes from Quinn.
Right.
Yeah.
Like
a doll's eyes.
Yeah, he just like it's literally just all the memorable lines from Quinn.
I mean, have you seen Jaws, Summer?
Maybe like once.
It's an incredible movie.
But like, this probably just was nothing to you. This was probably a boring scene when you were watching it, right?
Yeah.
You were like, "What? I don't."
Why is
yeah.
this?
Same thing with. I didn't know it was supposed to be Al Pacino. I thought he was just like some weird, like,
Yeah.
man. I hate how the hair is like peeling off of him. I think it's so nasty.
Yeah.
It creeps me out every time. Yes, like
It's
your
attached.
arm.
Yeah.
The big blue henchies.
It just goes on for so long.
Yeah. If they would have
So-
made it shorter, it could have been more effective.
Yeah.
I was waiting for this to be Ryan will appreciate this, a top secret poll of him disguised
Yeah,
as the
as a cow. But no, he's just grass with shit on his face.
Yep.
But he clearly gets up way too early. It's his
Yeah.
own fault that
Yeah.
they follow him.
yeah.
Cow moves.
Yeah.
And now we get the Master of Disguise song.
Like the like the
He's
60s version of it.
Very
Yeah.
bad.
I like the dude just day drinking is
Yeah.
awesome.
Yep. Yeah. Did not notice that.
This movie makes me want to day drink.
Yeah, the guy day drinking with Gary Busey.
Yeah. All right. So
This is just horrible too.
Yeah.
again, I feel like they just had a list of like
What can
characters
you do?
that he thought were hilarious, and it's like, well, we have to put these all in this movie, and they're fucking terrible.
And
If-
they all have big teeth.
If I remember, he did a character that was very similar to this on SNL.
Hmm.
Yeah.
If I remember correctly. So this is him just pulling from
Yeah.
the archive, basically. is
Yeah,
all
like
he's doing.
his mannerisms are very tight in this one, as well as his accent's consistent.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
familiar with doing this act.
Yeah. Just like even the way he has like he relaxes his cheeks and his movement of his eyes, it's yeah.
Jesus
There's a lot of
Christ.
just little touches of this one that it's something he's familiar doing.
Yeah, a little more well traveled of a character.
Yeah.
That bed.
Yeah, Jesus.
Yeah.
Oh,
What's going on with the fucking headboard there?
I think those are mirrors or just giant cushions
They're-
on the headboard.
Wall cushions.
Yeah.
The little
Tell,
sleeve,
tell me, George, do you have a headboard? Is it padded? No? Good.
the little sleeve poofs on her dress are an interesting touch there.
Sleep.
I think it looks good.
Yeah.
I think it's good style.
That's style. That's
Sleeves on
stylish
that
now.
dress?
Yeah, if you see it's just weird in the back if they show the back again that they don't go all the way
Yeah, they
around.
just go on
They
or on
just
the
kind of
front.
stop.
Yeah. Terry Suave.
So now he's a suave
Yeah.
British dude.
Does-
This
He's he's basically playing Carrie Elwes from Princess Bride.
yeah.
Minty hippo.
It's,
Is that based on his shirt color? Maybe the minty part. I don't know. Sorry, his being Data.
No, I think it's just supposed to be just a generic operation title for a government. It's supposed to be two random words that you can associate with an actual action,
Yeah.
like Jade Helm or Rolling Thunder. Even though Rolling Thunder is pretty descriptive of what Rolling Thunder was.
Blah.
So this is
It's
one
Dana
of his
Carvey doing an Austin Powers.
Yeah, I mean this is one of his stronger
Right.
Impersonation isn't correct because he's not impersonating anybody, but just this is
His
one of
disguise.
his disguises.
Yeah.
His aliases.
Yep.
Aliases.
His voice sounds completely different from anything else too.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Man, they were trying real hard to get some catchphrases going in this movie.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. he's
Well, this is
humiliated.
what you're doing.
here,
This
which
is what I
great.
want you to do. Kind of caught on,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but got to dot it.
Tweech,
Like,
tweech.
and there we have the lore pole of the twitchy
Yeah.
lip.
The twitchy lip.
So now we got
Now notice the background music. This is the beginning to none other than the Cheetah Girls Cinderella.
wow.
Oh,
Yes.
wow.
Thanks, Summer. Deep cuts.
Yeah.
From
Yeah.
the youth.
Youths.
Also notice all the green in the
Yeah,
shot.
this set is 50% green.
Yeah.
Bottles green, lights green,
Shirts
walls
green.
shirts- yeah, everyone is wearing green
Except
besides
for the main character.
who are
Yeah.
wearing blue and on the right and red and purple on the left.
That one chick's shirt is really green.
Yeah.
Imagine being an extra dresser. Okay, I got this green vest and these this green blouse for you, and you wear an old man's hat.
All right. So Pistachio and the boyfriend are getting into an altercation at the bar here. Of course, Pistachio resorted to the slaps-only martial arts.
Yep.
I don't know if this guy's name is
Slap
Trent
kata?
or Brad or Chad, so I'm gonna call him
Todd.
Trad.
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 Was I? Why? What was that?
I don't.
Someone tell me what happened with the credit
know.
cards.
I don't. Understand.
Summer, you're the expert here.
Trent-
Unsure. I really didn't notice that beforehand.
Trent looks like a Ben Affleck stunt double.
Yeah.
Yes. With a bigger head.
That's why he's a stunt double.
And there he pushes off his ex-flame.
Yeah, his ex-crush.
With the inflatable butt.
Yeah.
Inflated booty.
And a very
Crush.
young Zim, Sergeant Zim, or what's his face?
Fucking Clancy Brown?
Clancy
Yes, a
Brown?
very young Clancy Brown.
Ashley Simpson.
Here's Ashley Simpson in her. I look exactly.
Jessica
like,
Simpson.
That's Jessica.
Jessica Simpson.
Get your damn Simpsons straight, people.
In her, I look exactly like Britney Spears' face.
Yep.
Yes.
Oh. Oops, sorry.
And then that's the one guy from the other Happy Madison movies in the middle there.
Oh yeah,
I forget his fucking name.
that hat. God, that hat is so early 2000s. It's
Yep.
terrifying.
Look at her shirt, too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Graphic tee with,
Yeah.
like,
Oof.
distressed collar.
Yeah.
Horrifying.
Also, the mask
Leatherface
there
mask.
does not have brown hair.
No.
That is blonde
Yeah.
hair.
It's also horrifying.
Right? The eyes look scary.
And then
Yes.
Data farts again. Oopsie poopsie.
Brent Spinner's like, what am I doing here?
Oof. I feel like there was a joke opportunity there. One in
Mhm.
fairly bad taste.
Yeah. Crazy hairy guy.
That's a definitely apt description of Al Pacino.
Hmm.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
Yeah.
Spastic little
What's the last
man.
thing Pacino did? Ocean's 13?
No, I don't think so.
That's a good question. I don't know.
I
I haven't really kept up
To
much
the
on his
internet.
career. Yeah.
Yep. So James, you have moved on from. Oh, you're looking that up. So you've moved on from the whiny bastard.
Oh yeah, I'm back to a previous classic that we had, which is
Fireberry.
Yep.
Yeah.
I recently had that on draft.
It's so good on draft.
It was pretty good. Very good from our friends at Detroit Brewing / Shipyard Brewing.
And their romance begins to blossom.
Right.
Fat cat mama with a red dress.
I don't know why the baby.
I'm
Again,
23 years old, but I'm played by a 40-year-old man.
yeah, it's just
No, he's been doing stuff. Oh, so Pacino's most recent thing is actually something that looks to be very interesting, which is the Joe Paterno movie.
Is he playing Joe Paterno?
He is playing Joe Paterno.
That will be interesting.
I would like to see that.
The only sports-related movie that I would like to see as of recently is the Russian 5 documentary, which is about how like the Russian 5 of the Red Wings were like smuggled out of Russia to play hockey. Like they faked that one of them had cancer.
Yeah, that's that reminds me about so every 2 years. Like it's every 2, but it's off years that are funky. The Gold Cup happens, which is the regional soccer championship for CONCACAF.
I'm in this car.
which is the Caribbean, Central America, and North American Conference.
Mm-hmm.
And the Cuban team infamously continues to
Dominate?
No.
Oh.
Continues to defect because it's held exclusively in the United States.
Oh.
So the last time the Cuban team came over here, every single player on the 23-man roster, less 5, and almost the entire coaching staff defected.
Oh.
They just kept disappearing from the stadium after every game. So by the end of by the end of their third game, they didn't have anybody left.
Just
All right.
disappeared into America.
Yeah.
So-
is this a Jor-El reference
Maybe.
with the coloration
So
Maybe.
from 79 Superman?
But that was like in the crystals.
So
Maybe.
So Pistachio has summoned the powers of the orb of plot expedition here, I guess.
that is not how pre-recorded holograms work. But maybe. You might be right there, James. It's been a while since I've watched
Because it's
Christopher
like
Reeve Superman.
Soups Magoops.
because it's just giant head of
Stop looking at the camera.
yeah.
That was a nice little pull, though, that someone else finishes the line.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Someone else finished his sandwich.
Black Mark eBay
Is that a
is
Frozen
I'm
reference?
okay with that.
Ryan,
What up,
is
though?
that a Frozen reference?
Well, the
Finish
Frozen
sa-
reference is
finish
an
the
Arrested
sandwich?
Development reference.
Hmm.
Alan Tudyk is also in that movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alan Tudyk does a lot of good voices for Disney lately.
He does.
K2SO.
No. So we're here to Kevin Nealon again.
Also in Little Nicky
Yeah,
as himself.
right.
Yeah.
Are all these people just shackled to Happy Madison films?
Probably. He has his crew just like the Wachowskis,
Yeah.
Nolan.
What are they
and
doing to him?
Glue.
Yeah. That fucking mask on the left is freaking me out, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like
So
that
it's-
he's just like, what?
He's like, yeah.
Those are definitely contacts.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't understand quite what they're doing to him either, Summer, because if they're just going to glue it to him, it seemed like the joke that would have been funnier is to someone walk up to him and just, like, cover him in glue.
Yeah,
Yeah.
why do they have like airbrush machines?
Yeah.
Doesn't seem effective for crazy glue.
I wanted him to be the dog.
Yeah. I think okay, I'm thinking way too much about what they were doing to him. Probably were like cleaning his skin and making sure it was
Yeah.
like a smooth surface so they could apply the
Right.
glue and the mask would stay on.
Which is a hugely uncharacteristic approach for them to take to that tiny scene.
In this movie, yeah.
Yeah.
It's very specific.
This is weird, but I kind of find this unsettling.
It's
There is something
creepy.
unsettling about it.
Yeah.
I
'Cause
don't
he
like
looks
this.
It looks like from the first Hellraiser movie
Yeah.
when I
Also-
think Frank has no skin.
Also,
Or
why
whatever
is
the
he
girl-
completely covered in cherries when only his head really had to be? Because
Yeah.
he was in a
Right.
cart,
That's
Right.
the joke.
Yes.
And why isn't he leaving footprints?
right?
And then he keeps the disguise on?
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Get the
It's Cherry Pie Man! This was like, what?
Yeah.
So Pistachio's shooting cherries out of his mouth
It's
like
very
a fucking machine
expensive-
gun.
It's a very expensive costume there. Cherries are not cheap.
Yeah.
Black mark eBay.
Current bid, 7 donkeys. What? Is that the guy's... Okay.
Oh,
Then it goes up to
2 million
Deutschmarks,
Deutschmarks.
Then
Keenan.
Keenan Thompson.
who plays actually as Keenan
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
the credits.
Mongolians.
Yeah.
Goddamn Hungarians.
Freaking South
The
Park.
dude on the right of frame looks like Prince Oberyn from Game of Thrones.
Yes, he does.
It might be.
Does he have neck tattoos?
Yes.
He does. He also has one in his hand.
Okay, so I enjoyed this joke they pull right here, where he's like, "You're not married," because you think he's this amazing, like, he cares about his henchmen.
Yeah.
Right.
And then it's, nope, you kept cherry feet on. The iMac again.
Yep.
Ryan, are you jealous of that man's cereal?
Yeah, I want that. I want that cereal.
I think it's just tricks.
So as
Back
far
when they had fruit shapes.
as comedies that have IMAX in them, I think my money's still on Zoolander for the best
Zoolander.
in this time. And then we get some shitty original music again.
Yep.
So Dana Carvey as Ninja Steve Jobs, I guess? I don't know.
Yeah.
Yes.
Here we have another racist sequence.
Yep.
Slap, slap,
The idea that
slap
all
kata,
of the, all
slap
of,
jitsu.
the idea that all of these people are actually watching this at the same time on 2002 internet is ridiculous in and of its own right. That's the most ridiculous part of the scene, by the way.
All right.
That they
Like
have
45
live video
it's like,
conference.
yeah, 52 KBS.
Oh, it's more money and it rhymes. Anyone who stays gets a raise. This is a great part for Mama
Yes.
Disguisey here.
Mm-hmm.
So we cut to the bad guy showing a video of hands coming out of flour to choke Mama Disguisey, and she's like, "No, fuck this!" She pulls the guy out and fucking headbutts him 4 times. This chick rules.
So the one part of that sequence that's weird is that she doesn't have an Italian accent. Like the ridiculous Italian accent and all.
She never has.
I thought she did.
No.
She didn't earlier.
Oh,
No.
she didn't earlier? Okay.
I
Nope.
think she's supposed to be like Irish or something, or Scottish, because she says like, "Oh, I'll make you a corned beef cannoli."
Okay. I missed that.
Yeah.
So here we get to see Brett Spiner actually act well when he is
When he's
Evil
when he's
dad?
supposed to be
yes.
dead.
evil disguisey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is interesting because the very first note I wrote down for this movie was like Star Wars?
He's really like terrifying right here, actually.
The Olive Garden joke doesn't make sense considering they own an Italian restaurant.
I think he's
Yeah.
trying to snap him out of it. That's
Yeah.
how I took it. Like he's chewing the scenery here.
Yeah.
Yeah, which he kind of hasn't been doing.
No, he's just been farting.
Right.
Yeah.
Why?
What?
Why is it
Yeah,
between
why?
father and son?
Because I almost was killed by my own son in a very similar predicament back in the 40s.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, why?
I guess the book probably said so.
Yeah.
We're talking about the book, not the novelization of this,
Yeah.
which I'm sure there was.
Oh, I hope not.
You
So
know,
if-
some
If
scholastic book fair bullshit.
I hope it was a pop-up book.
Yeah.
It better have been a pop-up
Yeah.
book.
The disguises have very strong grips.
Let him die. Let him die. He has
Let this
Kramer-
movie
he has
die.
Kramer hair.
He does.
Pistachio.
So in another Zoolander reference, he somehow pulls his
His underwear off?
Yeah, I was wondering as a young man how
Without
how he was
ripping?
able to do that.
Yeah.
Now that's how you get pink eye.
Yep.
Your face. He says
Isn't
with,
it glued?
he goes into like demon mode here.
Yeah.
He does.
Yeah.
He just kind of like shakes it off.
Yeah.
But not
Ugh.
So he's truly inhuman. He just like absorbs the mask.
Yeah,
He looks like Mike Ditka here.
he does. Also, the black tactical neck underneath the white suit. Which the cut of the suits is very weird.
It's
But
not early
Bowman-
2000s.
Hmm?
It's not early 2000s style.
No, but that's like a total like 80s or 90s suit.
Mm-hmm.
It's so big and baggy on him.
Yeah.
A lot of the cuts in this movie, like this one, are super just abrupt.
yeah.
Like just like, and another thing that we're already kind of into.
Yeah.
I
This
know.
also ends very abruptly.
Yeah.
It's like, Papa free. Oh, we're done.
Yeah, done. Game over.
That is not Costa Rica, by the way. That is the Royal Hawaiian on Waikiki. That hotel they just showed right there.
Take that, movie. Human Upstage by James Thorpe.
Well, it's not in the continental U.S., so it could be literally anywhere, right? That's how that works.
Hey, I've told you the 3 questions I was asked when I moved here.
Yeah.
By your people, by the way, by you Michiganders.
Right.
Did I speak English? Did I live in a grass hut? And did I have electricity? And then the teacher cut off the questions because those are not questions 5th graders should be
Oh,
asking
God.
about other U.S. citizens. This is a terrible W
Yeah,
representation.
that's not a
so
good W.
bad.
Was
This
he?
is still early W too.
Yeah.
This isn't even mission accomplished W.
Hmm.
And here's the good goon sequence right
Yeah.
The fact that they're
Yeah.
not, they don't look like them at
At
all.
all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
And just starts doing random voices.
Yeah.
And flipping for no.
Are you
no
doing the
discernible
oh
reason.
yeah? Or oh yeah, as the subtitles say. He's super dead.
And then, farting up a storm from the water.
But still, super dead. Knocked out, underwater.
Oh boy.
All right,
And
so,
it's over. Like,
no.
it's just...
So if you watch the credits here, there's more disguises he has that
Yeah.
were new,
Yeah.
that are even more obtuse to younger viewers that only adults will get.
Yeah.
But yeah, look at that suit. It's like a potato sack.
Oh, I'm a disguisey.
Yeah.
Look at his disco.
Austin Wolf was an okay
Kid
okay
actor.
kid
I'm
actor.
okay with the goons. I like
Yeah,
goons.
the Goons
Riverside,
did
yeah,
fine.
They were both good, yeah.
I like his
Goons.
face. Look at
The
him.
Goons. Keenan as Keenan.
Yeah.
For
And
his
that's a
goofy-
total drop for kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Keenan
Yeah.
showing up is like, Keenan's in this movie.
I think,
Yeah.
and he had not gotten onto SNL, but he was about to.
He might have still been on All That,
Yeah.
All that,
Maybe.
man.
which is just SNL for children.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah. I
2002.
like how they included
Yeah.
this in the credits, this wedding scene, without having it in the movie and drawing it out like 10 more minutes.
It's not a stinger. It's just in the credits.
Yeah.
You don't have to wait for it. It just is happening.
You know
Yeah.
what? You knew what happened. But you
She also
didn't need
looks
to
so
have it
unhappy.
Yeah.
happen. So yeah, Groucho Marx
Yeah.
with the grease paint
Who is
mustache and everything like
Just so funny. Groucho Marx is hilarious. All the Marx
Yeah.
brothers.
that. Yeah.
That would hurt so
Oh,
bad.
Jesus. I like this.
I like this
Yeah.
little poll here. You have the two kids.
It's Cole and Dylan Sprouse.
Yeah.
Oh,
Are those the kids from
Sweet Life of Zach and Cody.
Yeah, okay, that's what I
Slash
Oh, God.
Riverdale.
This scene that didn't make it into the movie?
I want to know
Yeah.
more about it, like the toy
Yeah.
store owner or whatever.
Yeah.
Also, what is coming out
What
of his
this
mouth?
first object
That's
is
an enigma to
super
me.
uncomfortable.
Yeah,
And an egg.
you can tell why they
Pepto-Bismol?
yeah. I like it, the juice.
you can tell why those scenes didn't make it.
Yeah.
into the
Yeah.
movie. Because they are just really uncomfortable watching him spit things out of his mouth.
Yeah.
This is
Weird.
creepy.
Yeah. This makes the movie into a dark place.
Why would...
You're a sick man.
Yeah.
because she is a teenager, by the way.
I think they've reached 18 by that point. I don't
During
get this.
that-
I don't get this one. The dinosaur.
Yeah,
thing.
and
I'm
what
assuming-
situation does this arise
I'm
for this
assuming
movie?
this is supposed to be like the disguisees going back
oh
in
yeah,
time
like
kind
the
of
back
deal.
in time disguise. Yeah, Bob Ross.
Bob Ross. Any Bob Ross is-
painting the henchman.
Yeah.
Painting the henchman
with trees on his head. I'm okay. I
and
like
then
Bob Ross.
Maximus.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. Super Rush.
Boy, is that bad.
Yep. I think at that point they're just like, okay, what else can we do? Is like just like a fun little thing.
So now he's
Jim Henson's Creature Shop doing the specialty effects. Okay.
he's Al Pacino dancing on the Gold Girls now.
Yep.
I was gonna say Golden, but I didn't want to bring Betty White into this.
So,
Yeah.
Oh boy. Okay. Oh god, there's more.
Oh well, that's a
Forrest Gump.
That's a Forrest Gump reference. Hey,
Yeah, Gimme Num Num.
Gimme Num Num.
Take a gammy of my nummy num.
I love his eyes in this character though. And Jennifer Esposito
Yeah.
loses it here.
I like that Brent Spiner's just like whatever.
Yeah.
There we go.
I feel like the movie could have benefited a lot.
I feel like this is more of like they could have had like the history of the
Yeah.
disguises that they just didn't have.
Right.
Yeah.
Boy, that mask is fucking terrifying.
He is hideous right there too.
Oh, God,
the dummy
one? And it's the henchman. It's the goon.
Yeah.
Oh, this just makes me uncomfortable with the cherry man here.
Please don't shit. Please don't shit.
Yeah.
Please don't shit.
He just poops on the skateboard and lets it go. Just poop on a board.
Good dog.
Good,
And then the
Bobby.
dog died.
Mangy looking, but good dog.
What is this? 'Cause Wasn't there a South Park episode with a similar character?
I want to say yes.
Yeah, I
There's
think
something
so.
about
Imagination Land.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
So imagine being the guy who actually performed "I Like to Move It, Move It" for the first time as an actual real song.
Right.
This is not the absurdity.
Oh
that's
gosh,
This is the worst
this
part.
would have been if this was a PG-13 movie, then
They would have been in
this scene would have been
thongs.
in here.
Yeah.
The giant butts. Yeah.
So this is exactly the fembot scene from Austin
Yeah.
Powers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Him throwing his hands up in front of him were actually funny from a pistachio sequence, right?
Right.
Like
Yeah.
he's the innocent guy where he's just like, "Oh no, my weakness of butts."
Yeah.
But again, carrying on too long here.
Bigger than your behinds.
And the
The
gong.
gong.
Yeah.
Snake sweaters are okay by me.
Yeah. Okay. Snakes need to keep warm.
They do. Gluteus maximus, excellent.
Okay.
It just keeps going on.
Yeah.
Yeah, man,
it's so
it's
many
worth-
outtakes. So many outtakes. All right. So this wraps up another episode of Good Brews Bad Views. As always, let's do our view again, brew again. Starting with Ryan. Ryan, would you watch this movie again? Would you drink any of these beers again?
It's still fucking going. Oh my god. It's just dancing in so many bad characters. Dracula?
Dracula.
Why?
apparently.
Toys, yes, of course. Before we get into it,
And
what is that
she's-
outfit?
The whole scene that just cut out.
Is she supposed to be the genie from I Dream of Jeannie right,
Right.
there?
Or a Barbie.
Yeah, it looks like a Barbie. That's what I was
Barbie,
thinking.
Okay, that's a good reference.
Ooh.
Is he supposed to be the toys guy? The
Oh wait.
with Robin Williams?
Robin Williams. That's Robin Williams' outfit. Wait, there's a
The Stinger?
there's
Did
a-
Did you guys not watch this?
No.
Oh,
Okay, well, let's watch
You
it.
gotta watch it.
So Disguise's tapping on the slapping dummy. All right.
with the eyes, which
Yeah.
are still great, by the way.
Yes.
You have our attention
Googly
here,
as ever.
movie.
All right.
Who is inside? Is it Warwick Davis?
So he's sleeping on the
This might
backside of the
explain
dummy
how
now.
whole-
He's in his own restaurant, by the way.
Yeah.
Or the
Yeah.
restaurant with the slapping. Why would the slapping dummy be out in the restaurant?
It is Warwick Davis.
I don't think it is.
No.
him. It's some other little person.
It's
Dressed
Also
as
dressed
Mario.
Dressed as Mario.
dressed as Mario. Yes.
Oh, this scene is about
Please
2
tell me
minutes
it's Vern
long,
Tro-
by the way.
Was that
That
that might be Vern Troyer?
That someone
It's
lived
not Vern
in-
Troyer.
no, someone lived in the dummy is an absurd sequence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Please keep slapping. him.
Also, theoretically, he couldn't put his arms in the dummy arms to slap him.
It's-
He's
it
got
has,
like little handles.
it
that
has
he
very
uses to
advanced
move the
controls
arms.
in it.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
we see, he's like
Of course.
serpentine.
Going serpentine because he's being chased by
Like
a
an
crocodile.
alligator.
Yeah.
So this
Why
is
is
the
this-
second this is the second movie in a row that someone is inexplicably dressed as Mario.
He has the mustache and everything.
Yeah,
too.
he
It's
does.
even
Exactly,
curly
just
at
like
the
Pops
end.
last time.
And we're still
There's
going.
what is going on?
So Pistachio and the dummy midget are just talking.
Yep.
I love this lap.
Yeah.
And drinking
Coke.
cola?
Mr. Pibb?
No, this movie would drink Dr. Thunder.
Dr. Thunder.
Okay. Enough.
Nope.
What? No,
No.
there are more stingers. More stingers. Nope.
Jesus Christ. Make it end.
What?
No.
What?
Why is the dog talking?
Did
What is
you,
happening?
Did you watch all of that every time you watched the movie, Summer?
Yeah.
Oh my
What?
God.
Why?
How did you survive? Oh my god. All right.
Yeah.
Well, I guess I'll
Yeah. Stop.
address my duties.
All right, Ryan. View again, brew again.
I will never watch this movie again, and I will be a better person for it. I just aggressively dislike this film. It's 80 minutes of Dana Carvey stroking his own ego, and it's just not funny for almost every single frame of it. I don't like it. I don't like this movie. I laughed a couple of times. There are a few things in here that I'm like, oh, why isn't there so much more of this? Just like Pistachio being himself. I don't know. He's a very endearing character, but there's a lot of references that don't make sense, that also just aren't funny. It's just, this whole thing falls apart for me. I hate this movie. I hate this movie, you guys. I'm so sorry. I think I see her sharpening a shiv.
Yep.
Oh my God, no, never again. This is probably my least favorite movie on this set of episodes from the last several.
Rude.
Brew again. So we have two things. So one was the first one was the pineapple sage cider, right?
Yes.
See,
Oh, that was just lovely from Blake's. That was really, really good. Probably one of my top three, which I think would be
Top 3 ciders, you mean?
yeah, top 3 ciders. Yeah, thank you, Max. Ace's pineapple cider is just astronomically good. We had that. I had that the other day actually at Basement Burger Bar just down the road. And I cannot believe I'm going to say this. The coffee cider from Cellarman's
Oh, that's so good.
Is-
That's in my top 3.
it doesn't make any sense at all, but it is fucking delicious.
It confuses your mouth.
Yeah. And this might be the number 3 for me. It was so good. This is an awesome cider. Good work. Blake's. And then what was this called?
Whiny
The Whiny Bastard. I like this very much. You guys kind of hinted at my experience to this drink as well. Is there's a lot going on, but it doesn't seem to be all at the same time. It's kind of like you'll take a sip of it and the flavors and characters kind of take turns being what you are experiencing. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Which isn't necessarily a bad thing, I guess.
No.
But I do like this. I like this quite a bit. I would drink this again. Absolutely.
Yeah.
This is good. There's a lot going on.
And it was also fairly priced. I mean, I think that bottle was like $8 or $9 Canadian.
That's actually a great deal for this kind of
It's
drink.
like what, $4?
7. But so
Three?
yeah, I'll kind of pick it up from there. Yeah, I was really surprised by Whiny Bastard. I mean, like we were making comparisons to Wizard of Caz, which I believe was it. Well, I know it was one of our worst beers of the first 25 episodes, just because it was like there was too much going on, and for the three of us to go through that entire bottle, it was just like, well, let's drink this.
I feel like it's a beer, to jump in, Max, I feel like that's a beer that everyone should try.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, it is, there's so much going on. It is a very, very unique beer, and I don't...
all of those flavors are so
Strong.
They're all
strong.
big. They're all big
They're
flavors.
all big, and they overpower each other, so it's just like
Yeah.
strong flavor, strong flavor, strong flavor, strong flavor, and it's just, it's too much.
Yeah.
They went out of order for me. That was my biggest thing.
Yeah, the way that they transition is very odd.
Yeah.
So,
Anyway.
but so yeah, I'm very pleased with the Whiny Bastard. The pineapple sage cider from Blake's was very refreshing. Ciders aren't my particular cup of tea, particularly because I find most of them just way too sweet for me. Also because of the whole me being diabetic thing. I can't really drink a lot of them. But no, it was tasty, and it's for a good cause. So I can always get on board with that. Both the tastiness and the good cause.
The good causiness.
Yeah, the good causiness, yeah. Movie? Nope. I hadn't watched it. Hadn't seen it in 17 years. I hope to not see it for another.
I had never seen it before this podcast.
Me either.
Yeah.
So, Summer, I blame this on you. It's all your fault.
It was my pick, so.
Yeah.
I kept confusing it with Mystery Men in my mind before I watched
That's
it.
another
That's
potential
a
candidate.
good movie with William H. Macy, the guy who played Sagat from...
Yep.
That'd be his
Ben Stiller.
second appearance
Yeah.
on the episode.
Well,
Kel
unofficial
Mitchell.
second.
Unofficial second.
From Kenan and Kel, right?
Yep.
Kel Mitchell.
Yeah, he's the Mr. Invisible.
Dane Cook for 4 seconds.
He has
Oh,
pencil head.
gosh.
That's
Yep.
4 seconds too long.
Yes.
Yep. Jeffrey Rush. Was also in that movie.
Really?
Yeah, he's the villain.
Oh.
Casanova Frankenstein, the greatest villain name ever.
Oh my god.
We'll get to that eventually. James, view again, brew again.
Brew again. Yeah. So I had this cider on draft on Monday, actually, and I had it cold, and it actually tastes quite different cold versus warm. And that's not it tastes less when it's cold.
Mm-hmm.
It actually tastes different when it's cold. Both of them taste very good, and I actually think I like it a warmer better.
Yeah.
The
one we're having is not warm, but it's not
cold.
Cold.
Yeah.
I'm finding that just as a general trend for me in beers, that I prefer almost everything at room temperature now.
Serving
Just
temperature
almost everything.
And glass is vital to get the most out of your beer. For especially stuff like this stout we had, stouts are generally served at a little bit of warmer temperature, about 55 degrees Fahrenheit is the ideal serving temperature, while a lot of other beers are better served at like 45. The reason why people advise against the frosted glass is because when the glass is too cold, the beer is too cold, and you can't really taste anything.
Right.
Which is advantageous for the lighter beers because they don't really have anything, and you can keep drinking more and more of them because your palate's not overwhelmed by the flavor.
Tea.
Beer facts.
Tea.
And then the Whiny Bastard was really interesting. It's one of the more interesting beers we've had. That's not one that I think I could drink a lot of, but I'm glad I had it, and I see getting that in like a flight of beers consistently.
Oh yeah, that'd be a great flight to have.
So this
movie, the bottle is only I think this bottle's only 500 mils, which is like a standard for a lot of Canadian beers. They only do like 500 ml bottles.
Boo.
Whatever. It's 11%. But yeah.
What is that volume wise compared to, converted to Fagos?
A can is a can is about 300. I'm gonna break this over your head. A 12-ounce can's like 320.
Can you give me that in fathoms?
No, because fathoms is a measurement of length or depth.
I think that means he just doesn't know how to do it.
Yeah, I think so.
No, yeah.
I need it in Newton meters.
All right, enough dimensional analysis from a room full of idiots.
So, in Canada, from what I've noticed, there's much more it's much more of a trend to do 500 milliliter bottles as opposed to 750. There are some 750, but 500 milliliter bottles is like, I thought this was a perfect amount of beer for the three of us to drink, or for two people to have a larger serving.
Yeah.
So, nothing wrong with that. And if it keeps the price down of being able to try like these more complex things, then I'm fine with that.
Sure.
So,
true story.
For the movie, so I will not watch this movie again. I will give it this though. It's
over.
Funny.
Yeah.
That's the best part. It's over.
Good job, Ryan.
Yes.
As I burp into the microphone.
It's two of us.
It was
James
actually,
is next.
It was actually funnier the second time.
I think it's because we're in this group setting.
Yeah, the first time I watched this, I don't believe I laughed once.
If you follow us on Facebook or Twitter, you can see the group text. We're caps locking cruise control.
Yeah. There were actually sequences here where thinking about it more, I did enjoy it more. But I really don't have an interest in this movie. I'll agree with you, Ryan. I like the character of Pistachio. He is a fun, nice character. It almost feels like somebody needed to really kind of rein Dana Carvey in and push him towards the better directions. Because, again, I think there is a kernel here of a movie that could be really, really, really funny, actually, if they were to push Dana Carvey in the right direction.
I think that makes sense.
I think it might suffer from the actor being too big, or at least his comedy chops being too big, where you really can't push against it. Plus, he was a writer for it, so that alone puts him kind of not at the top, but gives him sway.
So one of the things I will give this movie a whole lot of props for is that the practical effects in this movie are really good. Dana Carvey's practical effects when it comes to makeup and everything, he looks great most of the time. Even a couple sequences where they pull the masks off in the CGI,
it doesn't look terrible in some spots.
Doesn't look terrible for a 16-year-old movie.
Yeah.
So, I will give this movie that it has good practical effects and has sufficient special effects or CGI effects that it's lasted far longer than most other movies we've seen around this time period.
For sure.
And
And last, but certainly not least, summer.
Well, I picked this movie because I love it. To be frank, I've watched this movie at least 10, 15 times in my lifetime. Just really because of it's just novelty. I think it's so funny and it's so cute, and I just really like it. So I will definitely
Good on
watch
you.
it again.
So, but
we
all
don't
right,
think any less of you. We
So-
promise.
Yeah, there's a big age difference between us.
Yeah, I mean for sure.
So there's 11 years between us. So
Yeah, you are the youngest guest we've had on the show.
yeah.
Ooh.
So this movie came out when you were 7,
In 2002?
6.
Yeah.
You were 6 or
Yeah.
7, depending on when it came out for that. So to speak to what you just said there, I'm sure that Ryan, Max, and myself all have a movie from our childhood that other people would think was atrocious that we'd love because it came out when we were young, and it's just something that is part of who growing up for
Yeah.
us.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I
Right?
watched this as a kid, as a 7-year-old, and it's catered to small children. So I think that's the reason that I like it so much.
You know, and thinking about it, that might be one of the reasons why our first episode, Flintstones, all 3 of us really like the Flintstones.
Yeah.
I love that movie.
Yeah.
It's way better watching it now, actually.
Well, there's
Yeah.
a good amount of adult themes in that you won't pick up as a child, but overall the movie isn't as crude as this one.
No, it's
was.
not, but it's still
But it
a
might be a style of the comedy at the time.
it is
Plus,
a
Steven Spielberg.
it is a children's movie, but
Yeah.
like I'm sure there's I can't think of one right off the top of my head just because I'm on the spot, but I'm sure
Yeah.
that there's a movie that if I think back that my parents were probably like, "Oh God, why do we have to watch this stupid movie again?"
Well,
Right.
I mean, we grew up in the Disney resurgence, so we were getting a lot of like new Disney stuff, which had a good amount of quality to it, we'll say. But I digress. But no, you are
Yeah.
correct though. Like I can't think of the top of my head of what that movie was, but I'm sure if I go home and look through the VHS tapes of the, I'll find it.
So, viewers, maybe Max will put something up here when this movie comes out
Viewers/listeners.
that you can comment with the movie that you
Yeah, what was your childhood movie that
you to,
That
to,
if you-
derided?
if you-
to
yeah.
this day you know that if you didn't watch it when you were a kid, you probably wouldn't like the movie, but you have a special spot in your heart for it.
Was
So-
it Jurassic Park
oh,
2?
I can. Oh my God, you guys! I can think of 2 movies.
What you got, Ryan?
So, fucking Puff the Magic Dragon.
Okay.
I ran that VHS tape ragged, dating myself here a bit with that media. But also, I had Godzilla versus Mechagodzilla,
yes.
and I watched that fucking thing so many times. I thought it was the
one from, like,
greatest thing in the
60s or
world.
the 70s? Or
Yeah.
Okay.
So I had
One of the really old ones.
mine was Godzilla King of the Monsters, the one where he fights every other Godzilla creature in the same movie.
Oh my God.
yeah.
That-
Destroy All Monsters was one of my favorite Godzilla movies I got from the FYE. A very 90s statement there.
Yeah.
FYE.
So I promise you that my mother was probably exhausted of me watching Godzilla King of the Monsters
Oh,
because
yeah.
one, those aren't very good movies.
No, they're
No.
not. They're really
No.
dead.
They're objectively not good movies. But
The first one's a good movie.
I watched that movie probably once a week
Oh,
when I was like 11.
I was watching a lot of Batman Forever and Batman and Robin.
Oh, okay. So yours is Batman and Robin then, Max?
Yeah, but I was like 8 when they came out.
Yeah, that's
You know.
fine. I'm just saying, like, you objectively
Batman
know
and
that
Robin,
is a horrific movie.
Yeah. Yes, it is. I'm glad I'm glad we watched both of those.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, good Lord.
Summer, did you have a good time?
Yes, very much so.
Oh, she's not off the hook yet. How do you
No.
feel about your cider?
Yeah.
Oh, super good. I've
Yeah.
had this once before.
Oh, okay.
I
Oh, okay.
think in the fall. There they had something pineapple out for. I think it was this one. The Rainbow Seeker sounds familiar to me. But I love Blake's in general. I like a lot of their ciders.
Yeah.
It's something that I can actually enjoy drinking that's alcoholic and that's not vodka. So, definitely good for some occasions.
Right.
But I like this one a lot. The pineapple is super good, and that pineapple and tropical fruit flavors always tend to
And that
make my
according
palate
to my
happy.
Untapped, I also had it last fall at the Orchard based off the date. So
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've had it before. It was super good. Dark beers aren't my favorite, so the stout was a little strange for me, but definitely cool to try something different, but not something I will drink again.
And then you had a sip of Fireberry.
Yes, however, the Fireberry was delicious.
Yeah, Fireberry, man. Good
It is
stuff.
super good. Would definitely recommend, and I'm going to go get some.
Good work. Yeah,
Cool,
that
cool.
sage in the cider is very complimentary.
Yeah, sage
to
is
the beverage overall.
a spice that's been I've seen popping up in some beers from time to time. Batch Brewing did a Belgian IPA with sage that they put on tap at Lady of the House, which is a small plates around the corner from their place.
Okay.
Very, very, very good restaurant. I highly recommend it. I also highly recommend getting drunk at an apple orchard if you can. It's a great way to spend an afternoon in the fall.
You know, Max, that's a life lesson I want to follow.
Yep. So that wraps up another episode of Good Brews Bad Views. If you've liked what we've been doing here, give us a like or a subscribe or a rating on iTunes or whatever podcast service you're listening to. Check us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram at GBBV Podcast. Send us your hate mail at goodbrewsbadviews@gmail.com. Check us out on YouTube as well. We have some random things up on there. And as always, please watch
And drink.
Responsibly.
Bye.
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 Turtle.
Turtle.